Was ist das? Oh, das is a sausage. By the way, I have a joke with the sausage.
No, sausage jokes, they're the worst.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Sally Antiques, the YouTube channel where we talk about the interesting and unusual things that pass through our hands, and we tell you a little bit about them. A real treat for you today. Raz has got a whole selection of bayonets from the First World War. Grizzlies, some of them, but interesting nevertheless. Hi, Raz.
Hi Ross, hello everyone. The First World War is a never-ending subject of research and dispute for historians and enthusiasts alike. That is why today we will talk about some of the gear that was used by the Germans during the Great War. In this conflict, dominated by the big guns and the rapid-firing machine guns, the bayonet tends to be somehow overlooked as a less important weapon, even if it actually occupies a prime role in the soldier's kit. Besides its rather obvious and unpleasant main purpose of killing people, it was often used in equally important tasks for the soldier, as opening its food tins or its ammo crates, serving as an axe or a saw, in order to create, let's say, temporary accommodation or trench defenses or many other things that the times required. That is why we have here a variety of these bayonets used by the German armed forces during the Great War, as I said. Some of these are the regularly butcher's bayonets, the so-called butcher's bayonets, whilst the others are actually the erzatz models. The German armed forces were using in the early stages of the war in 1914 and 15 a selection of firearms, from the obsolete models 1871 up to the more modern Gewehr 1898 and the 1898-05. The bayonets used by these rifles were as varied as you can find examples of each type on our sallyantiques.co.uk website. In front of us we have some old and new models of these so-called butcher's bayonets with or without frogs, which will fit the 1888, the 98 and the 98-05 rifles. Also we have a sawback example and a former sawback with a field cutaway from 1915, plus a piece with a chromed blade. For those who don't know the story actually of the sawback, this variant wasn't popular amongst the soldiers due to the fact that it caused horrible wounds to the enemy, and whoever was caught using one used to be shot on the spot. Unfortunately for the Germans, the loss in men and materials was so great during this first part of the war that the production of these war materials failed the demand. So they had no alternative but to replace the issued gear with a sort of a replacement variant, which was called the erzatz. That's how the term erzatz appeared. Erzatz is to be translated not a replacement, but rather a temporary non-regulation item, as this is what they were intended for, to be just a temporary replacement, even if they ended up being used till the end of them. And they had erzatz of everything, from bayonets to helmets to uniforms, webbing, and any other piece of gear you can imagine. And these items were produced everywhere, from the smallest workshops to the largest toy factories and workshops that, let's say, made home goods for consumers. About 3 individual main types of these erzatz bayonets can be identified, with over 400 variants in total. One of these types is actually made from captured foreign pieces. They used French parts mainly. Here we have the 3 examples, and I'll explain you what they are one at a time. So the first one is a rather complex design made to fit all rifles from the model 1871 to the 1898/05. It still preserves part of its quillion, and its grip indicates that this may be the one made from pieces in a toy factory. We also have a more elaborate erzatz variant for the model 1884-98, also made to fit all the models, and the most simplified version, which is the last one, which lacks its ears and could only be used in the Gewehr 98. This is the most simple variant that was produced. All these erzatz models have a shorter variant for the Ottoman Empire use. None of these bayonets will be actually stamped with the manufacturing year like the regular ones. They only bear the imperial acceptance mark on the edge on their ricasso. Their scabbards come in all shapes and forms possible. An excess of 900,000 of these erzatz bayonets were produced during the war. We will come back with more examples in a future video, and we will look at these bayonets one at a time. But for now, this is it. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, Raz. That was great. We're going to have a good look through these now, I think, in detail. But yeah, there's a huge range available. Lots more research you can do at home. But please like and subscribe to salyantiques.co.uk and also our media channels, Facebook, Instagram, that sort of thing. But yeah, all these things you will also find on our website, salyantiques.co.uk, and they're all for sale. So keep in touch.